What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. Y'all saw the thumbnail, so you know exactly why you're here. I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. Before we get started, please hit the like, subscribe, and your notification bell if you haven't already, because that is how others find me here on YouTube. Follow me on all platforms at DYANAROZAY, except for Facebook. I go by DYANAROZAY Real Talk. And y'all already know I appreciate every single one of you for rocking with me. So let's get it cracking, okay? I'm gonna put up this picture because today we are talking romance scammers. That is the official title given by the government, and that is exactly what Miss Shirley Strawberry, it sounds like her situation, that's exactly what she was in, a romance scam, okay? And I'm gonna tell y'all just a little bit about it right now. I did some research last night. So I was like, I cannot wait to talk about it. But right now, we are in what's referred to as cuffing season, boo season. We're about to hit all of these holidays, and people get lonely around the holidays. And there is a group of predators, let's call it what it is, predators who prey on the lonely, people that they think they can get something from. So there is a whole culture in Atlanta. You guys can actually look this up on YouTube. A lot of women have reported this, saying that they were dating men who were actually homeless, living in their cars, and they didn't know it because they would present well. They would dress a certain way, talk a certain way, act like they had, a little bit of something going on, and then end up moving into their homes very quickly. It would happen like, they would meet them online. The person would act like they were trying to make them comfortable. Okay. The guy would make the female comfortable by saying things like, let's meet for coffee. Let's meet for coffee in the daytime. I want to make sure that I'm a good person. I'm a trusting person. Y'all may, if you've been listening to these phone calls from Ernesto, you would have heard him say certain things like that to that one girl from Florida, right? I think her name is Sonya or something like that. He was like, I'm a good person. People take advantage of me because of his past. He's always trying to help people. Well, scammers will do the same thing. They'll say, listen, I'm trying to make sure you can trust me. I respect women. I don't want to do anything that would make you feel uncomfortable. So let's meet for coffee. And then they'll drag that date all the way out through the day, right? I'm not ready to leave yet. Let's take a walk in the park. After you do your walk in the park, well, let's just do something light. If you want to, we can eat a salad at, some place, and you go out and have your little salad and a drink. Then the date is all the way into the wee hours of the morning, and they're like, well, I'm gonna let you go home. You go to your house, your actual house, and they go back and they sleep in their car. Then they're calling you every single solitary day for a week or so. And then before you know it, you've let this homeless man move into your house. He's taken all of his stuff out of his trunk, and he's living in your house. And he gives you some crazy story about him being between jobs or whatever. You're going to work, and he has his crusty ass feet on your couch or on your coffee table, sleeping in your bed. All the things that he said he didn't do, he didn't smoke, he didn't drink, all of those things. Now he indulges in, right? All of that stuff, romance scamming, and while at the same time, he's bleeding your account dry. Okay. You're paying for everything, including his new wardrobe, the wardrobe that he's going to use for the spring summer. Okay. Shout out to Sheree. His spring summer wardrobe, because he'll leave your house when the winter months are over, maybe, depending on how good of a lick you happen to be. But he'll leave your house in the spring summer months and find a new lick. Okay. But that is what happened. Surely, it seems like Ernesto found a lick. So he stayed married to her for 8 years, but he bled her dry all the same. If y'all have been listening, again, go head over to Chronicle Speaks. She basically says Shirley lost 5 homes during her relationship with Ernesto, homes that she actually owned. She had to do quick sales or whatever these things were, where she sold for so low that that person, whoever, sold her, excuse me, whoever she sold her house to, They flipped her house for over a $500,000. That's how much money they claim she lost in that sale. That is wild. Okay. They said that she had wages garnished because she had homes that she just couldn't pay for. Um, it was awful. It was awful. And Shirley actually discussed part of that in a very recent phone call. So in those jail calls that are coming out, phone calls from prison, she said, "Listen, you know, I put all of my things in storage. She let this man, this scammer, lead, and she was in a place where she was in between homes. She said, I did what you asked me to do, and I was homeless. We had to figure something out quick. And because of it, things that she had in storage, the movers damaged, she said. And he was like, he told her basically, don't worry about that because God is going to bless you tenfold. So you can tell that Shirley is a person who believes in God and, probably speaks of him often. And Ernest, her husband, uses God to calm her, to quell her. Listen, God's going to bless you. Don't worry about those things that you lost. Don't worry about the money or the scam that I had you in, because you're going to be blessed tenfold. Believe that. Okay. And Shirley goes, I know. Girl, bye. Listen, y'all have to pay attention. Shirley's not the only one who's been scammed. Let me take this picture down. Let me put up this other one. Okay. People don't like to talk about it. They don't like to talk about it because it's embarrassing as hell. You're supposed to be somebody, especially if you're high in the public eye. It's embarrassing as hell, and people don't like to talk about it. But this one did. Her name is Anne Hathaway. She is an actress, best known for the movie Devil Wears Prada. She was robbed by her boyfriend, someone she thought was her boyfriend, for $2.4 million. Took it right out of her bank account. Okay. And she reported it. It didn't make as much news or a splash as what happened to Shirley Strawberry or is happening to Shirley Strawberry right now. But she absolutely was scammed. And she's not the only one either, child. The federal government, check this out. Let me get this picture up here. The federal government reported that last year in 2022, nearly 70,000 people were reported a romance scam, with losses topping $1.3 billion. Do you know how much money people were giving to people that they met, like on the street, online? A lot of this stuff happened online though, with like, dating apps. Y'all remember the Tinder swindler? That was an actual movie. All of these women were scammed by someone they thought was the son of the Diamond King. That's what they said. This guy told him he was the son of the Diamond King, and he tried to keep a low profile. He would rob from Mary, okay, and then take Susie on a date. Susie was being, fine wine and dining, extravagant gifts, and then he would give her some sob story, and then she would end up giving him all of her, life savings because she thought, well, he's the son of the Diamond King. He'll give it back to me. He's into me. He loves me. All of those things. Child, bye. Again, y'all have to pay attention. Let me read this to you. It said romance scammers ranked in the big bucks in 2022, deceiving almost 70,000 people out of 1.3 billion, according to a new report from the Federal Trade Commission. According to the FBI, romance scammers create online identities. Okay, it's mostly online, but it can be people just in the street that you see too. Pay attention to how this happens. Romance scammers create an online identity to gain a person's trust and affection, and then they use that relationship to steal and manipulate from them. It goes on to say that they use dating apps to target people, but they could also use private messaging to establish relationships. Like, hey, girl, I see you. They'll do this on like Google Chat, Telegram, WhatsApp app. They'll slide into those DMs on Instagram and Facebook. All of it. Okay. They said 40% of scammers, this happened online through an app. Everything else, through dating apps, and then just in-person meets. Approximately 24% of scammers tell potential victims some sort of sob story, like they're sick, a loved one that they know is sick, hurt, or that they themselves are hurt, or they'll say that a loved one is in jail, or that they themselves have been in jail and they can't catch a break. Who did that? Let me put that picture up again. Again, if you guys have been listening to these phone calls, y'all know that this man will use his being in jail or his past of being in jail as an excuse every single time. They're using my past against me. People don't trust me. I have a good heart. I'm so giving. I always want to help other people, but they'll turn around and then use my past against me. These are all considered red flags, by the way. You're not supposed to trust any of this stuff. They also said that a lot of people, 24 people reported paying scammers by using gift cards, cryptocurrency, or wire transfers. Over 60% of the people reported losses due to wire transfers or cryptocurrency. And I can't help but to think about that last phone call Shirley had with Ernesto, where she said she wanted her money back from some lady that he convinced her to pay so that he can have whatever things he needed, right? And he said, I'll get it back for you as soon as I get out of here, knowing full damn well he wasn't getting out of there, okay? But Shirley herself, she said, I've lost everything: homes, cars, probably, family relationships, friendships. She lost everything. She's 69 years old, just turned 69, and she is living with friends. Has to hurt. She is, well past retirement age. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm wishing her the best. I actually hope that she can get a book deal or a movie deal. Y'all heard Ernesto asking for someone, I think he said John David Washington, Denzel Washington's son, that he wants him to play him in a movie about his scamming ass life. I hope Shirley can cut a deal with somebody. I hope that she is willing to be open and honest about how she met this man and the things that happened to her. That would be literally, her life right now is a cautionary tale anyway. It's out there, and even though people are acting like it's only her, we all know it's not only her, okay? It goes on to say in this article, which was written, I think, in April, that in Florida, earlier this year, a woman in Florida was arrested for scamming an 87-year-old Holocaust survivor. She convinced him that she was in a relationship with him, and she took over $2.8 million from this man over the course of 4 years. Okay. They said that this woman maliciously drained his life savings so that she could become a millionaire. And she was caught by the U.S. attorney, who ended up, trying her and putting her in jail. But they said that at the end of the day, this happens quite often. It's typically men with women. Again, pay attention. It's typically men with women too, because women, we have this fairy tale in our head about what this dating thing should look like. And so they said that it's a lot easier for women to be scammed. However, for younger women to be scammed. However, once you get older, in your 80s and your 70s and your 60s, and sometimes both men and women are just really, really lonely, and so they will meet these people who, they scam them, and sometimes they even know that they may be taken for a ride, but they're willing to do it because they like the company of these people, which is also really unfortunate. But y'all let me know what y'all think about all of this in the comments, okay? They said that if someone tells you to send money, receive a package, they said, think of it as a scam right away. They said, talk to your friends and family about your new love interest, and pay attention to whether or not they seem concerned, because a lot of the time, romance scammers try to isolate you. They don't want you to talk to your family or friends about them. Okay. But they said nobody who is legitimately interested in you would ever ask them to help you, to move in with you, to give you cryptocurrency or anything like that. Like, literally weeks after meeting you. That's just not an honest relationship. But anywho, y'all let me know what y'all think about all that in the comments with this romance scamming. Again, this is boo season. Cuffing season. We've heard these terms. And yeah, a lot of this happened online. But yeah, if y'all are willing to share any stories that you may have encountered with, somebody that tried to scam you, let me know in the stories because again, this happens quite a bit. And yeah, let's keep praying for Shirley Strawberry, hoping that she can, make a way for herself out of this situation, make restitution or, hopefully her and her daughter are on a better page. We've heard some of those conversations, but let's hope that her and her daughter are in a better place. Anyways, y'all, like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit your notification bell, and I will check you all on the next one.